I send a colleague. Another new feature is templates. It's often the case that a given LTER site or other research group, organization, team may have multiple people who create ezEML metadata documents, and there's a number of items that get repeated from one document to the next, the same context, the same geographic location, the same intellectual rights, etc. So to make that easy, but also to standardize it across a research group, we provide the notion of the template. This is brand new, so we don't have many examples existing yet, but we encourage you to, once you see what this is about, to consider creating templates for your group. Right now, for example, FCE has created a template. And let me just back up a second. This is in a sort of folder structure. So you dig down to get the template that's relevant for your group. So I started with LTER, but went down to FCE, and here's the FCE template. I select that. I say okay. And what I'm about to do is create a new EML document based on this template. So when I click OK, I'm creating a new document. So I need to give a name to that document. I'll call it FCE test, create. Okay, since I was already trying this out an hour ago, I already have a name by that, a file by that name. So I'll call it test2. So now I'm creating a ezEML document, just like any other ezEML document, but what's different is that it's pre-populated with the information that was in the template. So there's, for example, contact information, an LTER information manager with an address, and so on. There's intellectual rights have been defined, a bunch of keywords have been defined, project information, including project personnel with extensive identifying information, address, and so on. So there's a lot of stuff that it would be sort of annoying to have to re-enter all the time, but it's also by using a template, everybody's using the same name and address, spelling, and that kind of thing. So it helps with data standardization. So that's what a template, that's how you use a template. Then how do you create a template? Creating a template is just an ezEML document. It's just a partial document. So you just create it in ezEML. And by the way, notice that the check metadata has turned red here because it is just a partial document so far. All that's in there is what was in the template. It doesn't have a data table. It doesn't have a title. It doesn't have a creator, etc. But as we flesh it out, eventually we'll get to a state where it's no longer red. So to create a template as an information manager, for example, you create a new document, fill in the stuff that you want to be part of, that want to be included in your template. And then you can use send to EDI, to send that document to us. And in the send to EDI, you can put a note saying this is for a template, and I want the template to be, please, whatever your LTER sites say is, please put it under LTER. You can tell us where you want it in the template structure. If you have multiple templates under your site, you can tell us that, and we will we'll take care of putting it up on the server. And we will be happy to work with you, to discuss how to, further details on how to create the template and how you might think about it and so on. But I do want to say again that or I don't know if I mentioned this, that you don't just have to have one template for your group. You can have multiple. So if you have different subsets of your research organization that work in different geographic areas, for example, You can have different templates that correspond to different, have different geographic coverage information, that kind of thing.